Spenny, we don't often apologize on this program because we're often not wrong. In fact, we're right months or years ahead of time. Ladies and gentlemen, we just need everybody else to catch up. And that's been proven time and time again. It's also been proven that it's not good to apologize if you're not sorry. And that's what's happening here in Jimmy Kimmel's forced groveling, sobbing, whining, whinging apology that was straight out of the actor's studio.
But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it, and I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make, but I understand that to some that felt either ill-timed or unclear.
Jimmy Kimmel literally blamed MAGA for Charlie's death. I mean, it's there on the tape. This is what he said, and it's how he said it. Jimmy Kimmel goes and says, MAGA is looking for a way to blame anyone other than themselves for the death of Charlie Kirk.
Two lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing
anything other than one of them. What does that say in the English language? Anyway, the point is that you can see a major difference in the way that Jimmy Kimmel's handling things before and after he was kicked off air. So again, I will never apologize for assisting in helping Jimmy Kimmel get a little ban, a little timeout that he was given by ABC. Obviously, I would have preferred that it be permanent. I think these kind of jokes are disgusting. Jimmy Kimmel's clearly not apologetic about any of this because he wasn't crying here. He never shed a tear for Charlie. He never shed a tear for Erica. He never shed a tear for any of the family. He just shed a tear for himself and his own career. That's what Jimmy Kimmel did. And so now Erica Kirk is making some major headlines saying, you know what? I was offered an apology from Jimmy Kimmel, and I don't really care. Like, I don't really care. Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk, says she doesn't want an apology from Jimmy Kimmel for his incendiary remarks about the assassination of her husband that got him booted from the air. Erica Kirk says that Sinclair Broadcast Group, which operates a bunch of ABC News stations across the country, asked if she wanted to appear on the comics show where he would apologize. That's very interesting. I told them, thank you, we received their note. This is not our issue. This is not our mess, she told Fox News' Jesse Waters. If you want to say I'm sorry to somebody who's grieving, go right ahead. But if that's not in your heart, then don't do it. I don't want it. I don't need it, she says. I think that would have been very interesting, frankly, to have had Erica Kirk on Jimmy Kimmel's show. I don't know. This is my first time reading this. This is my first time sort of like seeing insight into this. I think that would have been a very interesting moment. You know what I mean? Like, what would you have done exactly there? I don't know. I'm gonna have to chew on this one a little bit more. Kimmel had claimed that Kirk's alleged assassin was affiliated with the MAGA gang. We hit some new lows over the weekend, says Jimmy Kimmel, so on and so forth. I played the clip. Sinclair Nexstar Media Group decided to pull the show. Disney then suspended Kimmel to avoid further inflaming the situation in an emotional country. Kimmel later offered a tearful, lukewarm apology after he was reinstated, but never actually uttered the word, I'm sorry. Would he have done that if Erica Kirk was live on set with him? That's interesting, right? Surely. Anyway, I suppose we'll never know. I doubt that Jimmy Kimmel would want to invite Erica today. This is going to be, this is an excerpt from the Jesse Waters interview with Erica Kirk. Here we go.
Jimmy Kimmel lied about your husband's murder and didn't really apologize. What would you say to Jimmy Kimmel?
Same thing I told Sinclair. They asked, I haven't really told anybody this, so they asked, do you want Jimmy to give you an apology? Do you want to be on his show? How can we make it right? through our team, I responded. I said, tell them thank you, we received their note. This is not our issue, not our mess. If you want to say I'm sorry to someone who's grieving, go right ahead. But if that's not in your heart, don't do it. I don't want it. I don't need it.
God bless Erica Kirk. I don't need it. To be clear, he didn't reach out. The networks did, and I'm glad she turned down the offer to go on his show, says Brett Cooper. Fake apology in front of an audience that applauded and laughed at her grief. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, do you believe that? You know, I can see it both ways, frankly. I can see it as an opportunity to really humiliate Jimmy Kimmel on his own show, if done correctly. And maybe that wasn't like the attitude of the country, and you shouldn't put that on a grieving widow anyway. So obviously, I can see it both ways. I can see it both ways. Perhaps I need to like take the tactician out of me, you know, the media tactician out of me. Just think about it on a human level and say, like, would you want to go and face Jimmy Kimmel in this moment? No, you've gone through enough. Good for her. When you truly believe in Jesus and forgive your enemies and love them, their apologies are for their healing, not for yours. She's much more gracious than folks give her credit for every time that she speaks. Powerful. She's one of a kind. God bless her. Chills, ladies and gentlemen. More commentary from this moment, which will air tonight, by the way, on Jesse Waters' show. So I guess we're going to let that play out in its own way, as this is something that is going to clearly, set the story straight, perhaps, right? Let's see. But that's not the only person that is getting a smoke to Jimmy Kimmel. His dear friend Bill Maher is also doing this. Bill Maher calls out Jimmy Kimmel for not acknowledging that he defended him during the ABC suspension. He thanked everyone but me. Bill Maher. Oh, these people deserve each other. Bill Maher ripped Jimmy Kimmel for thanking everyone but him after Maher publicly defended the late-night host when ABC suspended his show. But after Kimmel returned, Maher noticed that he wasn't among those who he thanked, standing up to him. Look, Jimmy apparently doesn't like me that much anymore because he thanked everybody but me. Maher went on and said that he didn't agree with Kimmel's comments on Robinson, but he has the right to be wrong. And then he criticized Kimmel for being too ideologically captured, right? For being just left-wingers. Tough criticism on Bill Maher, man. Whew. Got that smoke. Bill Maher also criticizing him on air. I don't think he said what exactly right. I don't agree with that. He said the MAGA crowd isn't trying to characterize assassins as anything other than them. This guy's family was MAGA, as if a 22-year-old with a trans girlfriend never rebelled against their family. It was a joke. That's a joke, like a very slighted joke at Jimmy Kimmel. Other people like Charlemagne also saying that he didn't like Jimmy Kimmel's apology. So again, you're not going to win them all. But Erica Kirk and Bill Maher both criticizing you on this topic. Yeah, you didn't win anything. Here we go.
My problem with him and hosts like that, quite frankly, they're all quite similar in this regard, is that they're ideologically captured by one side. It's just not what I do or what I'm doing. And there's a reason why half the country feels insulted by them and has turned off to them, because it's just one very predictable point of view. And this proves that it's often not completely accurate, because that was not really a smart thing to say, that this guy who shot Charlie Kirk was on the MAGA team, because that's just something that the blue sky crowd told themselves. And if you're that far in the bubble, where you don't really see both sides and you don't really see the
completely,
you're going to believe that. You're going to believe that blue sky point of view. Oh, a bad thing happened. It must be coming from the other team.
And for me, like, it was 4 days afterwards, and as a public person of any level, to make light, point fingers, it's a sick person.
Right.
Sick person, sick person, sick person. That's it. Because all of us, especially in this day and age, should be humbled by that, because that could be anybody. That could be anybody in this day and age, because you don't know how you're provoking people and all that stuff. And to even make light of it 4 days after, point fingers, joke, not a joke, MAGA. No, it shouldn't be discussed. It was 4 days
Yeah.
after.